your boy E Tally back at it again on a fun day Monday. It is Veterans Day. That's why I'm in my fresh Veterans Day gear. Yes, it is the Eagles. But anyway, we're not talking about that. I have the very first female athlete. I can't say I purposely saved this moment for this opportunity, but I kind of did. As you all know, I don't really cover female athletes, but I believe the time has come. This is one of the first female athletes I did have the opportunity to coach here in San Antonio in middle school. She's coming all the way from Steele, and I'll let her introduce herself. Go ahead, Ari.
Hi, I'm Arie Miller. I'm the class of 2025. I'm a senior. I go to Steele High School, and I play basketball on the Lady Knights varsity team.
And real quick, let's get the admin stuff out the way. And what AAU program do you play for?
So I played for SA Finest, San Antonio Finest. It's coached by Ray Caldwell and Coach Chauncey, and all the greats have come from that program. So give a huge shout out to SA Finest.
Yes, that's a huge shout out because they're one of the largest female programs here in San Antonio, and I just want to make sure I give homage to those guys what they're doing because again, that platform they use, I believe helped you become a student athlete to get the recognition, to get people to view you and see you, and to recognize what you're doing as far as a female athlete, and to get on the scene. So I want to make sure I give those guys shout outs and things like that. But yes, our relationship goes all the way back to middle school, seventh
Mhm.
grade, right?
Sixth grade.
It was sixth grade.
Yeah, that was my
That's
first year playing basketball.
it's a long time. Oh, Trinity Christian
Hmm.
Academy, huh?
Yes, sir.
You were the defensive juggernaut that you were. You brought havoc. You brought havoc for what is it? Was it 7 minutes, I believe, or 8 minutes? So for
Mhm.
32 minutes, you did everything I needed you to do as far as defense wise, and oh my goodness, you were something else. So look at you now. You have officially accepted the offer at a school. Can you share that school with us, please?
So, a couple, I think like a week or so ago, I made the decision to finally commit to the University of Dallas.
That's awesome. Thank you. Good job. Good job for you. Good job for you. And next to your parents and your family, I'm super proud of you. I've told you since day one, if you continue to do what you're doing, you can definitely take your talents and have your talents pay for school for you. And it looks
Mhm.
like that's what you're doing.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, let's get to the questions and answers and all that fun stuff, all right? So that way you can go ahead and on about your Monday, Veterans Day, okay?
Let's
All
do
right.
it.
So as a standout senior, with your skill set that you have, your unique skill set, as far as not just being able to play offense, and you're very vocal, but your defense prowess that you have. What do you think you bring to the court to set yourself apart from your competitors?
So one thing about me, like when I started playing the game, like I just like had like a motor, like a drive to like want to play defense. So like me personally, like a lot of basketball players love to play offense. They love to score the ball. They love to put the ball in the basket. But for me, I love playing defense. Like defense is my strong suit. And I feel like that's where I hang my game upon. Like most times is I hang my game upon defense. And like I feel like defense translates into offense. So if you can stop the ball, then you can make whatever play you want. Like you can translate that onto the other side of the court. So I feel like that stands out a lot because I think that to get like offers from school or to be a good player, you have to score the ball. And in some sense that is true, but you also have to be able to play defense because if you can't play defense, you're not gonna be on the court. So I feel like that sets me apart. And then also my drive for the game. Like I always want to be the hardest working person on the court. Like I don't want anyone to be able to outwork me or to say that they can outwork me. And I always have that like type of mentality. And then a winning mindset. Like I feel like we could be down 20 points at the half, and I feel like we can come back and win this game. And in some sense, we do, and that's just the energy I have. So I feel like we can do whatever we put our minds to. So yeah.
Yes, that's one thing I do remember watching you, especially when you got to high school. Coaches telling you to make sure you're very vocal, and you are that. So the University of Dallas is going to be very, very happy to get a player like you. So with saying that, why did you choose the University of Dallas? Am I correct? It is University of Dallas, right?
Yeah.
So
So
why?
I chose the University of Dallas for a number of reasons. One of them, like starting with like the fact that I have family down in the Dallas area, so I won't have to like start from square one if that makes sense. I won't be like all by myself. Like I'll still have people that care for me and love me that are down there. And then I also love the fact that as soon as I stepped on campus, I felt immediately at home. So, and that was one of the biggest things for me. Like I wanted to go to a campus where I would step foot on campus and be like, this is where I'm supposed to be. And I felt like University of Dallas was that.
And as far as I don't know that much about the program, I didn't look it up. But how do you feel as though you're going to help contribute to winning right away?
So they said, like as they were recruiting me, they said that they were looking for a point guard who's going to be able to like relieve pressure from the defense and be able to get the team into sets and different things like that. And I feel as though like as soon as I get there, I want to fit whatever role they need. And so like if I need to be that point guard, then I'm going to work so that I can be that for them. Or if I need to guard the best defender on the team, then I'm gonna do that. Or if I need to sit in the corner and shoot threes all game, that's what I'm gonna do. I feel like whatever I need to do to benefit the team, as far as like making the other players better and making myself better, and just us together coming as a whole, that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
So with this being your senior year, how did you go throughout school, making sure your academics stayed very high and the ability to play basketball at the top level?
So I challenged myself academically on purpose. Like I took very hard classes, like all honors, AP, dual credit classes, so that I can kind of get a feel for like how college would kind of be. Like I wanted to take those hard classes so that I can be prepared for college because I know the college classes aren't easy. And so if I was able to do some of them now, then I would be able to be like, okay, this is easy. I can kind of have a feel for it. Like I've done this before, so it was kind of like it's going to be a smooth transition because I've already taken like hard classes and stuff before. So, and then always making the most of my time. Like if I'm watching the freshman game or a JV game before we play, I'm doing my assignments in the training room, or I'm bringing my assignments to the court and I'm doing my homework while the girls are shooting free throws or while the girls are warming up and stuff like that. So always taking advantage of whatever time I get.
And what is your major? You're gonna go to college for?
I want to major in pre-physical therapy. It was my major beforehand. I was going to do kinesiology, but I think I want to do pre-PT because I feel like you can go into any branch off of that. So I can be a physical therapist, I can be an athletic trainer, and that way I can still be like around sports because I just love like sports and helping people and especially like injured people. Like I'm the first person like to run over when someone gets hurt, and I want to help them and be able to help them and get back to playing the sport that they love. So I feel like that would be a great career choice.
Okay. Well, can you share a memorable moment from your high school basketball career, of course, that truly defies you of who you are as a player and a leader on the court?
I'd say almost like 99% of my games in any like situation, like other our opponents can be like very chippy and handsy and aggressive. But as soon as my teammate hits the floor, I'm the first person to run over to my teammate. And so I'm always the first person. I'm pushing other like girls. It could be on my own team. I'm pushing them out the way so I can help my teammate up. And because like I don't want my teammates on the floor. And I feel like if I'm doing that for them, they're going to do that same thing for me. And they know in that moment that I have their back, like over everybody. So I always want to make sure like they can count on me to help them up, I guess. So, yeah.
So as basketball changes and evolves into or for the female athlete, who do you mirror your game after? Or who have you watched to kind of like, you know what? If I ever get the opportunity to be this, this is who this is who my game I mirror. I mirror my game after.
Um, okay. So that's a really good question. Okay. So my favorite basketball player is probably Steph Curry. Just because like his attitude towards the game. Like I just love his energy towards the game. Like he's always smiling and having fun. And like that's my whole thing. Like when I play basketball, I'm just playing to have fun. Like I want to have fun while I'm playing the game. Because when you have fun, you play better. And so he's always smiling. He's always like doing celebrations and he's like constantly moving on the floor. And I feel like that kind of like symbolizes who I am on the court. Like I'm always moving around, always the most passionate, always jumping and screaming and cheering, always the loudest one in the gym. So yeah.
So how was or how has being a part of a team sport like basketball shaped you and identify your personal growth throughout high school? How did it
Can
make
you
you who you are?
you cut out? Can you repeat that one more time?
Oh, I'm sorry. I said, how has being part of a team like basketball or sport like basketball help identify you or shape you into the person you were through your 3.5 years of high school?
Um, it it helped me because it helped me to realize that everyone has a part to play. And what I mean by that is like on a team, like it's not one person does everything. Like for a team to be a team, like everyone has to come together and everyone has their specific roles. And I feel like um, how that's how that has helped me is like I know my role on the team and I embrace it. And so that would be like my biggest thing is like embracing your role and like knowing what you have to do and embracing that. So and doing it to the best of your ability. So yeah.
Okay. So what motivates you to really continue to push and make sure that you continue to get better every year? Because you had your trials and tribulations at one time. You wasn't like yeah, basketball's getting me, but you
Mhm.
pushed through it, and here you are today, signing, getting ready to commit yourself to the University of Dallas. So how'd you? What helped you push through stuff like that? Your hard times.
What really helped me to push through is because everyone has their moments and like times where they're like, do I really want to play this game? And I've had my fair share of those moments. But what helped me push through was proving myself wrong in a good way, though, because when I started this game, I didn't think that I could play on the collegiate level, and so since I started playing, like it was like my goal to at least try to make it to college. And so like my thing was to keep pushing through and like regardless of like where I'm at or the results I'm seeing, continue to push through because eventually it's gonna pay off some way or somehow. And so and that's on and off the court as well. It's not just basketball, it's academics as well. And that was my biggest thing. Like if I wasn't going to college to play basketball for free, then I was gonna get it through academics. And I really pushed myself to never be content with where I was at. And so like never being comfortable, like always wanting to get better and always wanting to improve. And that's just me as a person. Like I don't want to be comfortable in one area or feel like I made it in any like way. Like I may have committed now, but I still want to be better. Like I want to be like the best player on my team now and the best player when I get to college. So, and I'm gonna keep striving until I hit that goal.
Okay. So, pregame, get yourself ready. What are
Mhm.
your rituals or routines that you do to make sure you lock in and you have the game that you're trying to have every time you play?
So I always listen to my basketball playlist that I have on Apple Music, and then always listen to "Dreams and Nightmares" by Meek Mill before we play any game or before we go warm up, just to get myself super hype. And then I always pray after I listen to that song. I always pray and invite God to play with me and to protect me and keep me. And then I always chew this specific gum every time I play. I always have to have a piece of gum in my mouth. And so I always chew this specific gum before the games. And it just gets me going, keeps me locked in.
All right. Let's look ahead a little bit. And again, you don't have to answer this and say, hey, I want to inspire to be WNBA, like that. You don't have to, but that is a question I like to ask athletes. As you look ahead at college, what are some of your aspirations or goals for your future endeavors as an athlete?
Um, let's see. My thing, I don't really think I want to go to the WNBA. I don't like that's just hasn't been a passion of mine. My goal was just to get my school paid for so I can go for free. And I use basketball as an outlet. But some goals that I want to accomplish when I get to college, I do want to have the opportunity to be the player of the week. And I do want to continue to work to get defensive MVP. So yeah, I feel like that would be
That's
really
that's pretty good as far as getting recognized throughout the week, and then making getting that honor, and then player of the defensive player of the year. That's pretty big too, because that's one of those goals that a lot of kids don't really aspire to want to do. So to hear you say that is pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. So if you can give any advice to the younger you back in seventh grade, what advice would you give a young hooper, young Arie trying to hoop and just trying to, get to where you're at right now that you would tell them to do that you would do better or to help you prepare for the position you're in right now?
let's see. One thing I would tell my younger self or a young hooper. Run your race, run your own race. Your race doesn't have to look like everybody else's. Your path, your journey doesn't have to look like everyone else's. I started this game extremely late, if like you consider from a basketball point of view. I started in sixth grade, and most of the girls, most of my peers had started when they were 4 or 5 years old. They started in the little leagues, and I thought that I was behind and playing catch up for the rest of the time I was playing basketball. But when I actually got to finest, that's what they preached to run your own race. And so I would tell them, run your own race. And no matter what anyone says about you, or no matter how late you started, keep your head down and grind. Because if you put the work in, it's going to reward you. This game's going to reward you. So, yeah.
All right. So this is an important question. And the
Mm-hmm.
only reason why, because I know the answer, but again, I like to share things like these. These are fun facts that I know, so they're not that fun. But for me, I like you to share with the audience. So,
Okay.
what, when did you decide to take basketball serious to the point that you want to go to college?
Um, I wanted to like take it serious because I wanted to go to college. I wanted to be able to have that college experience, and but I didn't want to have to pay for it or to have to do student loans or anything or come out of pocket for anything. So I was like, why not take basketball more serious and use it to my advantage and get my school paid for, where I can just come and play basketball and they pay for me to be a student. So yeah, I feel like just using basketball as an outlet.
What grade? What grade? What grade was that?
What grade? I think it was I think it was my freshman year. Yeah, my freshman year, because that's when we sat down and had to talk to see if I wanted to play basketball for real or if I wanted to give it up. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to pursue it because I want to get my college paid for. So, yeah.
Because you were living across the street from Steele, remember?
Yep.
We used to go to trainings. All right. Give us a fun fact about yourself.
Hmm. Fun fact about me. Does it have to be basketball related?
Nah, it'd be whatever you wanted to share with the audience.
Okay. When I was really little, me and my mom were in the airport, and I was a baby actually. And someone came up to me, and someone came up to my mom and I and asked if I was related to Bow Wow because I looked like his baby. And so now, if you would put our pictures side by side, we kind of resemble each other just a little bit, like
Okay.
color and eyes and the
Okay.
curly hair. So yeah, that's a fun fact.
Okay. Cool. Cool. All right, we're gonna jump into this rapid fire, and
Okay,
then we're gonna finish it up and allow you to go ahead and spend the rest of your Monday. All right.
let's do it.
So here we go. I'm an undercover
Hmm.
foodie. People don't know that. I like to eat. Okay. So here we go. Pizza or calzone?
Pizza.
Spaghetti or lasagna?
Mm. Lasagna.
In and Out or Whataburger?
Ooh, what a burger. What a burger.
Burger King or McDonald's?
McDonald's.
All right, this is a two-part wing question.
Mhm.
Hot or any other flavor?
Hot.
Drums or flats?
Flats. All the way. Flats.
Ugh. Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
Oh, well, that's different. Okay. Well, hey, Ari, again, thank you for allowing me to sit down with this, spend this time with you, and sit down and talk to you, and just allow San Antonio to get to know you a little bit better. Again, like I told you back when we first, I first started coaching you, I knew and I thought you were a phenomenal athlete, and you have made me so proud to know and to allow me to cheer for you and to see you grow up to go on and play college basketball. And I'll be watching you.
Thank you so
Okay.
much. Thank you for
Um,
having me.
always. You
This
have
was
a good one. Okay.
you too.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye.